Hello, welcome back. Last time I tried Lotide and just had trouble thinking about it and couldn't really get anywhere. But I did learn some things and made some progress. Just now, I took a moment looking at both Cupboard and Lotide, my two highest priority puzzles because I don't have crystals in them, just to see which one was fitting better with my mind today. I kinda sorta get what I need to do in Cupboard, but I had a new insight about Lotide, so I'm gonna start there. So, yeah, I learned a lot of patterns about this. A new one that I saw that was clear in my mind was, well, something I'll demonstrate in a moment. So the whole problem here is bandwidth. I have one entry that I can make, and if I take that chest into a jar, that seems destructive, but I have to make that entry multiple times in order to get two objects out. I need at least two objects that can somehow turn into keys to get that crystal. So here's the thing I just thought of, and partially executed but didn't fully understand what I was doing. So there's this whole broken jar thing. Broken jar is the most important thing in this puzzle, I am convinced. So I'll make one here. Alright, I broke this jar, and I'm just gonna plunk this out here and leave it there for now. So what that is it's gonna be my escape hatch. There are longer ways to do this. This is the short way. I think that was a bad jar, actually. It was not far enough up. So basically, like, I could manufacture another broken jar and put this chest in there to transport it into this room, or I could just do this, which, you know, sometimes takes a try or two, but is just quicker. Equivalent to same thing, basically. Okay, so this chest goes in here. Does not get disenchanted. I'm gonna do this dance to rehome it. So right now, if I were to exit, that chest would be in itself with no way to get it back out. In order to get Oobleck, I need to flood this room. I want to flood this room in a way... Oh, okay, I see another level of things that I can do here that are gonna be... pretty useful. Oh, this is fascinating. Okay, I just saw the rest of the puzzle. Let me do what I was, my intermediate step that I knew I needed, which worked how again? I know it involves going to this chest twice, but why does it involve that? Also, that's wrong. When I tested this out, I paradoxed. So here's what I was trying to do. I brought this out, I broke this jar, thereby creating basically an escape hatch for that chest. By putting it in here, I would theoretically be able to return to the top level and just pull that chest right back out of the jar at the top level without needing to do anything else, once I'm done with the green chest in here. Problem is I paradox right now. So this was as far as I got before I decided to start recording. But I just spotted something else. So I still have the whole problem of transporting an object up over this. I'm trying to make a copy of this chest here that I'm jumping into, and get it wet so that I can pull out the Oobleck. There's a little bit more to it than that, but that's like the basics of what I'm doing. Okay, so just for completeness. So here's my escape hatch. The other way to get this chest into this room takes a couple of more steps. Is maybe more reliable, I guess, but, you know, it's more time for information to fall out of my head. Let's see, I want this in here, I think? Yeah, it's a lot more complicated, actually. Alright, so the chest will be going in there. There's a broken jar inside that. I need a second one to stash it in temporarily. Yeah, so this is like the key move in the entire puzzle. This is how I get a third room. This is how I get just the ability to do, like, anything. So this goes in here and just stays. Then that's stashed in there. I can pull it out of this at any time if I want at the top level, if it ends up back in there. Right here, I can go into this. There's no Oobleck in here, which is not really convenient, but I think that might end up being okay. I'm in a jar right now. So this is safe to exit. Okay, yeah, so That did not result in making a copy of that chest, but that's okay. I can make it here. Okay, so no, my shortcut does put me one level higher with this room state pretty much, but without the jar spot, in case that matters. Okay, so I'm currently in the green chest. So check this out. I can transport this object with me. With some effort. Okay, so this is how I get an object from this side past this door. I enter the green chest. That has happened over there, but that's okay. I could trade this for an oobleck right now if I wanted to, and I think I do. Could I? Yes. However, I have to handle some objects, but I can stash it in the acid, so that's fine. Okay, so right now I'm going to turn this chest into oobleck. All that takes is a pool of acid, and that's why I don't do that. Okay. Alright, I think I have all the pieces of the puzzle now. I might not have fully explained all of them yet, but oops, I don't have to restart. It wasn't even quicker. Okay. Break a jar. Jar is broken. Okay, so broken jar comes out. This is green chest escape hatch. Gonna do this the quick way and see how that works. It does have a slightly different result. So here I'm using up the jar spot. I dunked it in the acid, and you know, risking dunking it in the acids. Let's do it the other way. Just because it feels like that's the thing to do. Alright, we're gonna do it the other way. Yep, got all the puzzle pieces now. I am convinced. Am I? Yes. Yes, I am. Because I have a repeatable action that will result in puzzle state being as it was at the start with an extra resource at the top level. So right now I want to stash the permanent chest in a broken jar. So I have to break a jar. And actually, right, the other step is that I want to... Okay, so this is the jar the chest goes into. Right, we've seen this already. It's the same thing. Complicated multi-step process. So I'm going to break a third jar. Right, I just exit to do that. That step where I just exit with nothing is the one where my mind sometimes goes blank and I forget what I'm doing. So stash in broken jar. You're here. Go into this one. Chest is safe and sound in here, not acided. Okay, so be very careful about getting a chest wet. So here's what I think I need. I can exit safely from this room right now. I'm going to go into this chest. Oh boy, do I know what I'm doing. I think so? Okay, I'm gonna set up some transport for that chest. Jar out, go in here, break this jar. So do the same thing I did at the top level, just down here instead. Take a jar up one level. Do it again so I can stash that one level deeper. Wait, why do I need this here? For transports. Yes, okay, so this will allow me to transport an object from here to here. The way that it does that is by me entering this. Twice? Don't I want the jar with me then? Okay, hold on. Okay, so a broken jar is here. One level above me is another one. That's the escape hatch for this. So yeah, I mean, I could stick this in here right now. Exit, exit, pull it out of the top level, and I would have it back at the top level. So what I want to do is for that exit out of here to have something in my hand. That something ideally would be a piece of oobleck. And I think it can be, so... There's a piece of oobleck right here, right now. But that's not one that I can get. So what I want is for this to become the chest. Okay, now hold on. So at some point, I pull this up over... Oh, well, sure, I did that. That's fine. I bring this up here, enter it, stash it in a jar on this side, pull it out of a jar back on the other side, exit it holding that object that's over here. Wait, how do I do that? Because that object will already have traveled over this barrier when I enter this chest. It puts me over here, so that object is on that side of that room, just a stack frame too deep. Okay, so I can jump out of this, and we're back here. Alright, so gotta be very clear about what I'm doing. Where is the oobleck that I'm taking coming from? If I can't dunk this chest and still get it back to the top level... Let's see, second oobleck is significantly easier to get. I only have to preserve the enchantedness of this chest for the first one. So the only operation I have is to go in here right now. So here I have an oobleck. I need to dunk an equivalent of this chest, which must therefore be what this will turn into. So that needs to get wet. For that to get wet, I can simply take this over... Well, okay, I've committed that to that now. I can uncommit it by exiting here if I want. I mean, I can undo things... Okay, so yeah, just keep in mind, one above here is a broken jar and nothing else. When I go down here, what do I want to be there? Kinda want a broken jar. Can I have one? I think so. Yes, okay, so from this state, I go in here, and I break a jar. By putting it here, doing that, exiting with the jar. Oop. Okay, so right here I have copy of chest, original of chest, jar that will be my escape hatch. However, I think I want another... No, it's deeper in that I'll be pulling this out of a jar in this position. At this level, I'm putting it in. Whoa. Okay, except that's not true. Yet. It will be. Okay, so, jar here, chest alongside. But it's not time for that yet. First, I want to... What? I need a second broken jar. I can make one. Do I need a second broken jar? No, I need... Whoa. Hold on. Wait, why is there a jar spot in this room? Because one above me, because I haven't used it up, because one above me is the room that just contains the broken jar sitting in this location. This jar is broken right now, right? I think so. Alright. So... I'm not going to be using this jar. Am I? Not on this layer. Okay, this has to come over... Okay, so just forget about that jar. Really? Yes. I think so. Okay, so I'm going to take this in here, thereby creating a room state where I have a copy of this chest on the left side of the door. The next step is to stash the permanent chest in a broken jar. Is it? It might be. Hang on, what am I going to do after this? Okay, so at some point I'm going to take this into the acid, enter it, bring an oobleck back out. Let's say I had done that on this layer. I would get back out with a piece of oobleck that I could safely stash in here to prevent its transformation while I handle objects. Ah, so I have to not handle objects while I'm working with the oobleck, of course. So maybe I needed to bring that key in all along. I can't babysit a key. No, I think I'm bringing oobleck to the top level. Maybe I can babysit a key, but I don't want to think about that. So I need to be able to have the oobleck in my hand, not handle anything else, and get all the way back out. Yes, this has to already be stashed in its escape hatch by the time I'm making this chest wet. I am currently inside the green chest, right? I should be able to safely exit this to find that out. I am, okay. So that particular exit needs to take the green chest here. The next one will be pretty inconsequential. But then it needs to, don't I need to pull it out of the... No. It'll keep its... Well, I have to stash it, though. I can put oobleck in as long as oobleck's on the left side, I can prevent transformation, so that's fine. I can handle whatever I want to handle. Okay. Progressing from this stage, pretty hard. I must be inside this in order to use it for transports. Okay. Now I want to move this to safety, then get this wet on the same layer. So I want to end up in this layer with you tucked away in the glitch world. Therefore, I just want to enter this chest, make a jar, enter this chest, break that jar, exit with the broken jar. Okay, I agree with all those steps. So I manufactured a hiding place for the green chest. I am currently inside it. So it's going to have to go here. I can just transport it there right now, but I want to protect it from acid because I'm going to have a moment when I'm handling oobleck. Okay, so yeah, right now, make second broken jar. Sploosh. Put it there where the permanent chest is. There's an incredible number of steps to this puzzle. And put this in it. Okay? You are in there right now. Okay, so when I exit here, I will currently paradox. I need to pull it out of this chest to prevent that. jar. But right now, it is safely tucked away in a dry place. Therefore, I can get this wet. So by getting it wet, I get a piece of oobleck. And I think now it's as simple as... get out of here. I could also put oobleck in a jar to be sure it doesn't transform, but I can just stick in the acid. Because at no point will I need to handle... no, I will need to handle the green chest. Let's jar this for safety. Wet jar is super fine. Okay, well now there's 2. Alright, so I just needed to take that jar, that's all. I'm done with this chest. This is no longer of any use to me. I want to pull the green chest out and exit holding this. That's a jar of 2 oobleck, but I can only get 1, so basically it's a jar of 1 oobleck. Okay, you're up there. I exit, I'm gonna pop out of you in that location. Perfect. I'm gonna keep holding this and do it again, I'm pretty sure? Sounds right. Okay, there we go. Now I put you in your escape hatch. Exit holding this jar. And check it out. Here is my green chest back. And here is a piece of oobleck. And I'm back at the top level with every resource I need. Okay, so now, there's 1 key. Cool. Second oobleck is substantially easier to get because I'm okay with sacrificing this chest. All I do is I go in here, I jar, I bring the chest in, I don't care that it gets disenchanted, I enter it in the wet, I take the oobleck, I exit twice, and I'm done. Oh man! Whenever I solve a puzzle in here, it is always just incredibly satisfying if I feel like I understand what I did, and this time I do. There we go. That's beautiful. I got that crystal. Okay! Man, that is nice. And yeah, that was a better level of understanding than my, than some other puzzles that were a little less satisfying because I didn't really know what I did. I know what I did there, and it was super cool. Okay, good. So I got a crystal today. I am happy. Do I want to spend any time looking at cupboard? I think I could do that today. No, cupboard is a super tangled snarl. Here's what I want to do. I want to do the same process there, get a clear idea of what I'm trying to do in cupboard, then come in and actually execute that. If I can manage that, like I can find time pre-recording to at least try just a little bit of something to get an idea, and everything flows better when I do. Alright, so that's the plan. Do the same process in cupboard to get a clear idea of what I'm doing, then we can execute it together and get that crystal. I'm pretty confident I can get this crystal. Pretty confident. We'll see how that pans out. Alright, I'll see you next time to try really hard for this.